Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 iconic Broadway dance numbers.
When I'm through, then I'm through, and I'm through. Toodaloo.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most outstanding choreography from a variety of musical theater shows that are worthy of a standing ovation. Even if the dance originated on screen, it must have also been adapted for the stage. Which Broadway ensemble would you love to join? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, The Room Where It Happens, Hamilton.
No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how the sausage gets made. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens.
Every generation has its groundbreaking musical. In the 2010s, that was Hamilton. A significant part of its legacy is owed to choreographer Andy Blankenbuehler. When he reinterpreted Lin-Manuel Miranda's words as movement, the results were magnetic.
What else was in the room where it happened? The room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened.
If you watch the ensemble during Yorktown, you'll see that their actions narrate the story and the lyrics. Blankenbuehler also divulged that The Room Where It Happens was one of the more challenging numbers. However, it was his favorite, and it's not hard to see why. It's one of the show's jazzier numbers, and a total showstopper that sets the tone for the remainder of the story and Burr's mindset. Watching these dances in The Room Where It Happens is an unrivaled experience. Number 19, Turkey Lurkey Time, Promises, Promises.
It's turkey lurkey time. He's really home to stay. Never want to wrong. Let's make a wish, and may all our wishes come true.
Originally choreographed by Michael Bennett, this underrated gem takes place at the office holiday party where 3 employees perform for their colleagues. It was a late addition to the production after their initial Act 1 finale flopped during the out-of-town tryouts in Boston. Bennett reworked the number into this fun, high-energy routine that really keeps its performers and the audience on their toes.
Especially Michael Bennett's work was in this piece was really breaking ground because he really started doing that seamless thing between, the musical interludes. And all of this was justifiable.
Apparently it was quite challenging to learn, thanks partly to its ever-quickening pace. But the performers danced with such vigor and joy that you'd never be able to tell how difficult it was. It was fun, silly, cheeky, and jaw-dropping all at once. The number more than earned its status as an iconic Broadway dance. Number 18, You Can't Stop the Beat, Hairspray.
And you could try to stop my dancing feet, but I just cannot stand still. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart keeps time to the speed of sound.
You Can't Stop the Beat is undoubtedly among musical theater's most joy-inducing, uplifting, and rambunctious finales. It marks the time where the whole cast comes together to celebrate a new era, togetherness, and acceptance.
'Cause you can't stop the motion of the ocean or the sun in the sky. You can wonder if you wanna, but I'll never ask why.
Strong messages like that certainly deserve cheerful choreography that goes harder than many other finales. As more people join the dance, the scene becomes bigger, bolder, and even more beautiful. Seeing the ensemble unite to bring the number home is so satisfying and utterly thrilling. You know a dance is extraordinary if even the Von Tussles can't resist joining in.
Ever since we first saw the sign, it seems like episodes are always trying to be someone. Now we're gonna take it, cheer me, and it has some fun. Hey!
We can't make it through the scene without grinning from ear to ear. Now that is how you end a show. Number 17, Electricity, Billy Elliot.
And I'm free. I'm free!
This coming-of-age musical about a young kid who discovers his love of dance more than delivers on unforgettable dance sequences. Billy's angry dance is incredibly powerful. Additionally, his Expressing Yourself duet with Michael is joyous. However, the elegant, graceful, and gravity-defying Electricity is in a league of its own. Billy combines ballet with gymnastics to relay just how much dancing means to him. That sentiment bursts out of each step and every backflip. Throughout the daring routine, the performer is pushed both physically and emotionally. Billy's passion for the art form leaves us with chills and a desire to pick up a pair of dance shoes and experience that electricity for ourselves. Number 16. Slap That Bass, Crazy for You.
The future doesn't fret me if I can only get me someone to slap that bass.
Happiness is not a riddle when I'm listening to that big bass.
Is there anything better than a dance number inspired by the treasured golden age of musicals? That's exactly what choreographers like Susan Stroman give us whenever shows like Crazy for You come back into our lives. While we could name several favorites, Slap That Bass is arguably one of the most astonishing and impressive numbers of them all. The title refers to a popular style of music from the early 20th century. However, the performers take things a step further by embodying the instruments. The playfulness and the commitment to the movement puts us in a good mood every time. This creative and high-energy choreography truly slaps. Number 15. Shall We Dance? The King and I. Pop quiz. What are the counts for a polka? If you said 1, 2, 3, you'd be correct.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Shall we dance?
1, 2, 3, and.
On a bright cloud of music, shall we fly?
1, 2, 3, and.
For many musical theater fans, this number is why we know that by heart. Shall We Dance marks a new step in Anna's relationship with the king. They both explain exactly what romance means to them. As Anna teaches the king to dance, you can feel the sense that they're growing closer to each other than ever. It seems like they cover every square inch of the stage as they glide around together. The upbeat melody, fast-paced steps, and the rising romantic tension make this one of musical theater's most recognizable dance moments. Number 14. Big Spender, Sweet Charity. Less is more with Bob Fosse, and nothing shows that more than this number from Sweet Charity. In this scene, the dance hostesses are trying to entice their clients, and every tiny isolation speaks volumes.
How's about a few fun laughs, 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 fun laughs, good time, fun laughs.
The song is set to a slow beat, which is meant to give us a striptease vibe. And every tiny movement draws us in closer and closer. And after all, isn't that the point? There are also moments where everything speeds up and our hearts race even faster. By the end of the song, you just might feel like $1,000,000.
Fun laughs, good time, fun laughs, good time. How's about it, palsy? Yeah!
Number 13. Lori Makes Up Her Mind, aka Dream Ballet, Oklahoma. Did you know that this number may have inspired the Dream Ballet motif itself? Talk about setting the bar high.
Dreams of anxiety are not like a circus. They're full of horror and ominous doom and so forth.
In Oklahoma, this extended sequence follows Lori as she grapples with being caught in a complicated love triangle. It's a visual masterpiece that highlights the incredible talents of its performers while taking the audience on an emotional roller coaster. The provocative piece is visually stunning and tragically heartbreaking. Even during its darkest moments, we can't help but lean forward to ensure we don't miss any of it. It's one of the genre's most affecting moments. Who knew that something so haunting and nightmarish could also be so beautiful? Number 12. Mein Herr, Cabaret.
You have to understand the way I am, mein Herr.
Since Bob Fosse is a bona fide dance legend, narrowing down his most iconic routines is nearly impossible. But Mein Herr from Cabaret is arguably one of his most striking masterpieces.
You'll never turn the vinegar to jam, mein Herr. So I do what I do.
The isolations are breathtaking, the use of chairs is ingenious, and the way he plays with the tempo is stunning. Plus, the core strength required for some of those more awkward positions is insane. The dance celebrates female empowerment by having every single performer own the sensual number with confidence. Fosse was never afraid to experiment or push the envelope when it came to crafting his now world-renowned choreography. Years later, we're still blown away by the results. It's so hypnotic, and we're definitely not better off without it. Number 11. The Barn Dance, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Anyone with a penchant for Golden Age musicals is probably a huge fan of this dance.
Piece by piece, I worked out the number in the rehearsal hall by adding equipment and so forth.
The dance number, I think we started like 4 weeks before we started to film. And most of it was spent on that barn dance.
The spectacular version from the movie is definitely worth highlighting. But at the end of the day, there's nothing quite like seeing this dance battle play out live on stage. This is partner dancing at its finest. The explosive choreography is ambitious and requires the utmost trust between the pairs. To make things more complicated, the female dancers switch partners throughout. Not only do you have to be a stellar dancer, but the stamina, athleticism, and flexibility required are next level. This timeless number still continues to stun today. Number 10. Ballet Sequence, An American in Paris. You could hardly make a list about iconic Broadway dances without dedicating at least one entry to the work of Gene Kelly, dance extraordinaire. Not only did he star in the 1951 Best Picture winner that inspired this stage musical, but he choreographed the film's elegant 17-minute-long climax. The dance combines modern ballet with the classic choreography of the glamorous Hollywood Golden Age, retelling the story of Lisa and Jerry's tumultuous relationship set to the backdrop of 1940s Paris. Not only is this dance iconic, but without it, most of our entries wouldn't even exist. And luckily for us, it made it into the 21st century Broadway version that was adapted from the film by Christopher Wheeldon as well. Number 9. Anything Goes. Anything Goes. Imagine if all of high society shared gossip with a side of energetic tap dance. This number playfully pokes fun at various scandals from the Depression era. Since it has such a catchy melody, we're practically compelled to tap our toes. The ensemble, led by nightclub singer Reno Sweeney, launch into an animated dance break that rocks harder than a ship on a stormy night. The leading actress is also expected to still have enough breath to keep dancing and belt out those money notes. While you'll need to be in top form to pull this one off, success means you're part of a total showstopper that has rightfully gone down in Broadway history. Number 8. The Jellicle Ball. Cats.
Jellicle cats, come out tonight. Jellicle cats, come one, come all.
Cats is one of the longest-running Broadway musicals, which might come as a surprise considering it's approximately 2 hours of people slinking around the stage pretending to be, well, cats. The late, great Gillian Lynne definitely wasn't kittening around when she choreographed this difficult stage routine, which is a positively marvelous piece that comes towards the end of the first act. We'd apologize for all the puns, but we'd have been barking to miss this perfect opportunity. Number 7. Step in Time. Mary Poppins. A song that uses its lyrics as choreography is practically begging you to get up and join in. But when you realize it's actually about 10 minutes of vigorous choreography, you may want to leave it to the pros. However, it's incredible to think that Dick Van Dyke pulled off this high-stamina routine with no dance background whatsoever. It's a lively piece that's both magical on screen and on stage. While we're all out of breath just watching the chimney sweeps, Mary Poppins takes center stage to show everyone how it's done. Number 6. Seize the Day. Newsies. It's certainly impressive watching the cast do their flips and tricks all over the stage. Fans of the show will be thrilled to know that the show's choreographer, Christopher Gattelli, released a less acrobatic version of the routine so anyone can get up and dance. Although you'll still need quite a bit of room. At this point in the show, the Newsies have decided to take a stand, and their highly energetic routines reflect their determination to make the world realize that they're here to stay and ready to seize the day. Number 5. Audition. 42nd Street. This is classic Broadway at its finest. The curtain only rises a little as the show begins, but it's enough to get our attention. First, we see the dancers' feet, then legs, and so on until you get the full glitz and glamour of Broadway. Once the curtain is up, we're whisked away to the world of auditions where everyone is dancing their hearts out. Watching these performers dance in unison is stunning, and the sound of tap shoes hitting the stage in perfect precision is just so satisfying.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.
Number 4. The Bottle Dance. Fiddler on the Roof. Although some may assume this is a traditional Jewish folk dance, it actually stemmed from the mind of choreographer and director Jerome Robbins. As research for the show, he attended Jewish weddings and festivals and found the way the men danced rather fascinating. One man in particular was mimicking a drunk person with a bottle on his head. This caught Robbins' eye, which ended up inspiring his choreography. The dance requires incredible levels of precision and perfect unison, and almost makes you want to try it out for yourself. Number 3, Cell Block Tango, Chicago. All that jazz perfectly sets up the musical's tone.
And all that jazz, I'm gonna lose my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz.
However, Chicago's big showstopper is hands down Cell Block Tango. During the number, the 6 merry murderesses of the Cook County Jail recount the events that landed them behind bars.
When I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead.
They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming all along.
They do so with some of the most sultry and powerful choreography to ever hit the stage. While every woman gets her chance to shine, the moment they all come together is the embodiment of empowerment. Of course, thanks to the magic of cinema, the 2002 film version took this to a class of its own. But without its stage predecessors and Fosse's one-of-a-kind choreography, that would have never been possible. We can't be the only ones who dreamt of appearing in this number, right?
I bet you would have done the same.
You pop that gum
Single
one
my
more
hands
time.
10 times.
Number
17, the spread
Artistic
eagle.
differences.
Number 2, The Dance at the Gym, West Side Story. We're straight away introduced to the Sharks and the Jets in the prologue, with its stunning ballet-like choreography where dance is used to represent gang rivalry. Later, however, the adults hope to end the rivalry with a dance, but the only people it brings together are Tony and Maria. It soon turns into a huge dance-off, and we're all for it. It's colorful, it's energetic, and if it doesn't make you want to mambo, then we suggest you go rewatch it when you're done with this video. But that isn't the only high-energy number we love from the show. The Sharks and their friends more than deliver in the iconic America dance scene, too. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Shaking the Blues Away, Holiday Inn. Triple threat isn't enough to describe these performers. Everybody Say Yeah, Kinky Boots. Let us hear you say yeah if you love this number as much as we do. Too Darn Hot, Kiss Me Kate. The cast always turns up the heat with this showstopper of a dance. Whipped into Shape, Legally Blonde the musical. They're singing, dancing, and jumping rope. Anyone else feel exhausted just watching?
I want you whipped into shape when I say jump and high. You know you're doing it right when you start to grind. If you don't look like you should, you got to whip it good. But sorry, no escape till you're whipped into shape.
Time Warp, The Rocky Horror Show. All together now, it's just a jump to the left. continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Reprise, a chorus line. From the opening scene, a chorus line promises the finest dance sequences filled with passion, vigor, and ambitious choreography we'd never dare to try.
5, 6, 7, 8!
And the showstopper finale is indeed a singular sensation and a thrilling combination too.
One singular sensation, every little step she takes.
We feel like we know these performers well by this point in the show, but now they're all dressed alike and moving in unison as one chorus line. The director, Michael Bennett, hoped that audiences would leave feeling like these people deserved more than the chorus line.
One smile and suddenly nobody else will do. You know you'll never be lonely with you know who.
As we watch those famous high kicks as the show comes to a close, they may be supporting actors to that audience, but to us, they'll always be the stars. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.